Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So today we're gonna have a post-canning chat. I canned up apple pie filling for you and I had one fail. Now, I think I know why because, okay, so I'll start out by prefacing this with, I use the Amish canning cookbook and literally I was generous with the apples, but it was spot on for the recipe. Seriously, 7 quarts and enough left over for a little mini crumble. So if you've never canned pie filling, this is the book that I recommend you refer to. So all the jars sealed. And what you'll see with pie filling is it seals while it's still expanded. It literally seals that shut. And I've already washed. These jars are nice and clean, but isn't that beautiful just to see the beautiful pie, apples in here and that yummy thickened deliciousness. Okay, so that's typically what you'll see with pie filling when you can it. That's why you have to give it 1.5 inches of headspace, which I really felt like I did. And then one of the jars, I wasn't sure if it was gonna seal, but it did. It is sealed there on there. I've scrubbed and I've gotten up under this and it is sealed down tight as can be. Now I used 4 jars lids, of course. So 4 jars, I've got a link down below. So this one, you can see I'm at 1.5 inches of headspace and it sealed up just fine, but it didn't seal till it cooled down enough for that to slink down. As soon as you open one of these jars, and you pop that seal, this will drop down. The headspace will reappear. So it's all in its expanded state, if that makes sense to you. This one was able to settle down and then it sealed. And it's just fine. There's nothing, I would put this on the shelf and be confident that it's gonna be the same today as it is a year from now. So that was interesting. I did have some siphoning in the water. And this one was the culprit. Now, seriously, to me, that's 1.5 inches of headspace, but there was some pieces of apple up under the lid and on that had gotten over the side of the, it was in the water, little pieces of apple. And so it wasn't going to seal. In fact, there's some on the inside of the jar there too. So, oh, it smells heavenly though. Oh my gosh, the cardamom and the cinnamon and yeah, it's absolutely a wonderful, wonderful recipe. And I add my own spin to it. So I hope you go back and watch that video if you haven't watched it, okay? It should be the one before this. I am super excited to have this on the shelf. To me, for a really nice, full 9-inch pie, you're gonna need 2 quarts of apple pie filling. So each quart has about 2 apples in it, maybe, to be realistic. So you're really gonna want 4 to 6 apples is what I use for a pie generally. So 2 quarts is what I always use for a regular size pie. Then I know it's nice and full. Yeah, nobody's getting cheated out of anything. You can make a smaller pie with 1 quart, or make some mini pies. I've got mini pie plates that I like. That I'm planning on doing that for Thanksgiving. Instead of a big pie, we're gonna each have our own individual pie. So we can eat it all at once, or we can save it and have half now and half later. So I'm not blaming 4 jars lids by any stretch of the imagination for this. I just think that I had 1 slice too many, or the fruit expanded enough that it kept that lid from sealing because some of the apple got up under the lid. And that's truly what I believe. And it doesn't matter. I put it in the refrigerator right away. As soon as my jars cool down enough that I can touch them, I don't manhandle them, but I go through and make sure stuff is sealed. And normally you'd have this sound because you'd have headspace. These are expanded up. There's no headspace, but they're not coming off of there. And this one, you can hear it clearly wasn't sealed and didn't look like it was going to. So I just as soon as it was cooled enough, I put it in the fridge and it did not seal. There's no false seal from the refrigerator, nothing. So this will be put together with a jar that I have out in the extended pantry. I have 1 jar of apple pie filling left. I'm gonna mix the two and they're gonna make a pie. You can do dump cakes with this. You can do all kinds of stuff. And I actually have a very fun recipe coming up for you that I am super excited to share. So guys, if you've canned apple pie filling and you've ever had that happen, or you have had an odd experience, please leave the comment in the comment section for us all to learn and to gauge our next canning session by, because every day when you're canning is a new learning experience, or you might have something happen that's never happened before. And I've never had a pie filling not seal. So that's a new one on me. Even the ones that I thought, oh my gosh, it siphoned all down the jar, I still get a seal. I don't know, but this one, it wasn't happening. So, and that's okay. 1 jar, no problem, because I was planning on making pie right away anyhow. All right, guys. And this will stay, if I wanted to keep it in the fridge for a couple weeks, it'd be just fine. So that is up to you when you make your pie or use your product. Every product's gonna be a little bit different. Meat, I'd use it within a couple of days, but as far as this kind of stuff, it's got plenty of sugar and preservatives. The sugar is the preservative, but it's got enough acid and preservative to stay in the fridge for up to a couple weeks, but I'll be doing that this week. So again, I highly recommend this cookbook, this canning cookbook, and they do give recipes in here that are not necessarily canning recipes. They are some soup, pork stew, south of the border chicken soup. These are all stuff that you can. Spicy apple plum brown sauce. Sandwich spread, split pea soup with the canning instructions, but they've also, I think they have a couple that they do that you can just actually do the recipe and not have to can it. So, all right, guys, I can't wait to see you next time for another delicious recipe, and I'm super excited to bring you the apple pie fun that's coming up really soon. All right.